friends, and welcome back to my channel. I am Jennifer Scott and this is J Scott Beauty. Well, I have a bunch of new products, some that I've used on camera for you just once, and that was the only time I used them, and some I haven't used on camera at all, and I kind of slightly played with a little bit myself. So if you want to see how I did this look and all the products I used, stay tuned. If you're craving those springtime vibes like I am, give me a thumbs up and keep watching. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to do the boring stuff kind of really off camera because who cares about it? I'm going to do my priming. So I'll use my Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer, basically in the center of my face where I have pores or texture that I want to make vanish. And then on the rest of my face, basically the perimeter, I'm going to go in with the Cover FX Gripping Primer. I feel like for me, this is the best primer to really make my makeup stick, stay, and last. So that's what I'm doing. And now I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Brow Freeze. So you can tell I'm doing this before I do my foundation, and that's for a reason. I really want to just make sure the brows are free and clear of any other products so I can get the brows to the best that they can be, and then I will carefully work with my foundation and concealer around the brows. So if you remember, I just swiped the product on my brush, used the lid, go in a back and forth and up and down motion to really get that brush coated, because that's what Anastasia said to do. So I'm gonna do what she says. So one other thing I'm gonna do, I was watching a Refy video. That's the other big brow brand. Can she say brow brand? And they recommend that you first go down with the product to really coat all the hairs. And I like that idea a lot. And then you go back up. That way all of your hairs are coated and you can get them placed exactly the way you want. And I know I'm going to be looking crazy for a few minutes. That's okay. I'm fine with that. And then using the flat side of this here brush, I'm pressing the brows down, and then I'm going back over with the spoolie to just make sure everybody's going where I want them to go. Now you can see I do have bare spots because that's what I have to deal with. But that's one of the reasons I'm doing this before I do my foundation, because I want to be able to see where all those spots are, and then I'm going to fill in with another brow product that has pigment. Both sides have been frozen with my Anastasia. I'm going to let that completely dry down before I go in with a pencil for color. All right, so another new product that I'm going to go in with is the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage. This is the Brighten and Correct. So it is dual-ended. There's one side for brightening and one side for concealing. Now, this is like a stick, as you can see here. I don't normally like these types of products for under my eyes for doing concealing. I just feel they're a little too heavy and I can't manipulate them as well. But I did want this for spot concealing and for highlighting, mostly the bridge of my nose. So let's see how we like it. I'm going to go in with this under my foundation, and then if we need to go back in with it over, we'll do that. So I have mine in the shade 2W. This end here is the correcting and this is the brightening. Let me see if I can show you. So this first one here is the correcting shade, and this one here is the brightening shade. So we'll see how I like. I actually think I like the correcting side better for brightening on me. We may have to do another reapplication after the foundation is on. Okay, now I'm going to use the face pencil from Jones Road Beauty. I'm going to use that just for a little bit of concealing around my nose because I want to see how this holds up under foundation. I do have this in 2 shades. Here I have shade 10 and right below it shade 11. If you saw my previous video on the face pencil, I noted that I thought it was strange that the higher number was the lighter shade, but oh well, we go with it. And I'm just going to use shade 11 for a little bit of concealing, correcting around my nose. I do love how this just blends out so easily. You know, I always have these issues with those red marks from where my glasses rest. Ongoing nightmare, but I don't really care that much. I just love how easily it spreads, how lightweight it feels, and it makes just the subtle yet, well, pretty noticeable difference for me. Bye-bye, blue veins. All right, so I'm not going to conceal the crap out of my face because I'm just not in the mood to. I am just going to go under my eyes with my Dior Skin Correct because I love it and I can't not use it. I love this Dior Skin Correct. One of my favorite things about it is how it just sits so nicely. Now, I'm not going to powder it immediately. I'm actually going to go in and color in my brows, give them a little bit of life. So this is going to sit, and I will be able to, if any, creases start to happen, I will be able to just dab them away easily and then powder them after I put my foundation on. I know, she's looking crazy. So I am going back to one of my oldies but goodies. It's the Dior Backstage Foundation. I love this so much, and one of the reasons I love it is because there are so many shades. I currently own, let's see, I own 4 shades plus the primer, and what I love about having this many shades is that I am able to mix them depending what's going on with my skin at the time. If it's more pink, if it's a little more brown, whatever, time of year, whatever is going on, I can mix these easily and get the perfect shade. So today I'm going to be mixing the shades 2CR and 1N. So this is a cool rosy tone and this is a neutral tone, and I love using them together. And one of my other favorite things about this is the size. So it's $40, which you're like, oh, that's a little pricey for a foundation. However, it's 1.6 ounces. You know how I feel about foundations. I don't want anything under 1 ounce. It makes me crazy to pay for a foundation that is not 1 full ounce. The fact that this is 1.6 ounces, I think is an amazing bargain, and it lasts a long time because it's a very thin, kind of weightless formula. Oh my God, I'm sitting here thinking, why do my lips feel weird? It's because I didn't put any lip balm on. Hang on. Ah, that feels better. I am so into this Sephora sleeping mask. I have the vanilla. I've been using it several times a day. I just love it. Okay, my brows have dried down, so I'm going to go in with my new brow pencil. So from Fenty Beauty, I have the Brow MVP, and this is in the shade Medium Blonde. So I've actually been wanting this for some time now. I keep in the notes app in my phone, I have a page for makeup and I have a page for skincare. And this had been on my makeup page. I'd actually been wanting it for some time. First of all, because it is supposed to be like a smudge-proof, budge-proof, waterproof formula. And it has this nice little like brush on the end for just blending it in nicely, which I was super psyched about both of those things, but I hadn't gotten around to getting it. And I had actually bought my Anastasia Brow Freeze first, and then I bought this because, and like it didn't even occur to me like, oh, this might be a good pair. So here's me just not thinking about what I'm buying, just buying what I want to buy. Let's see how they work together. I mean, we can all see the cold, hard truth. My brows, Now this might be lighter than what I really want, but that's because this was the shade that I thought would look nice when my brows were just their normal wayward hairs. But now that I can kind of make them have some shape and stand up, I don't know if this is going to be dark enough. So I may just go in with a little bit of eyeshadow powder like I did when I first tried this brow freeze, just to really give me some color. Because this medium blonde, it is pretty light. And honestly, for years, I've had trouble finding a brow pencil that was light enough. They're often either a little too gray or a little too brown, and I really wanted something that was a little more blonde. And I'm definitely getting that with this here, but I don't know if it's right. I mean, can you see? That is pretty light for a medium blonde. perfect time for a hot flash. What the hell? Yeah, adding a little bit of powder to these, I think really makes a difference for my brows. And I think I'm gonna take the tiniest bit more of the brow freeze just to make sure that everything is going to stay, since I did put 2 more products on top of it. Just to go over it, just to make sure. Now, I'm not looking to have my brows be like the most perfect, most coiffed. I'm just looking for them to look nice. Is that asking too much for my brows to look nice? It might be. All right, and now it's time for my foundation. And just to make this easier on myself, we're gonna put in these hideous clips that annoy the crap out of me. Cute, huh? Oh, I forgot. So when I was at the mall last week and I stopped by Sephora, I wasn't there to get this. I've been wanting something like this. I've been wanting an illuminator that I could put on my chest that would kind of give like a highlight and kind of help, I don't know, distract from the hyperpigmentation, but still look lovely. And the girl brought me to this here Becca Ignite in the shade Creativity. So we were trying out all the shades, and what I loved about it is when I was putting them on my hand, they weren't budging. Like, they were not moving, so I loved that. What I didn't like about it was probably 4 days after I bought this, Becca made the announcement that as a brand, they will cease to be by September this year, and I am so bummed out about that. They have so many wonderful products, so I am gonna have to stock up on them, and I think I might do like a full Becca video because they deserve it. It's been such a lovely brand with such beautiful, innovative products. It's one, honestly, I think the Becca, let me see here. Yeah, Becca Moonstone was the first highlighter I ever bought. I love their highlighters. So this here as a liquid highlighter, I was super excited about. So let's put it on my décolleté, and I'm actually gonna put it under my makeup, under my foundation, because I wanna see if I can get a nice highlight using this. All right, so this is all I'm using. Hello, let's go. And you're gonna have to tell me what you think, like how this looks on camera. I mean, if I look crazy or if it looks lovely and luminous, because that's what I really want. And of course, my skin turns pink when I rub it because I am reactive. I'm not sensitive. I'm not having a reaction to this. It's just when I rub, I turn pink. It'll settle down in a few minutes. Okay, now you see that much? That's way too much for my face. I rubbed some of the excess off onto a paper towel. I have rubbed my hands together. Yes, I look like the golden version of the Tin Man. I'm just going to press this on the high points of my cheeks. Maybe just a little bit on the forehead. Because I want to know if this glow is going to come through when it's underneath my foundation. Let's see what happens. It's crazy. Okay, she's probably pretty glowy. I'm gonna go wash my hands off so I can finish my makeup. Actually, just a smidge more on my chest. I've only used this once before, and I did mix it with a moisturizer because I was like concerned about how luminous this was, but the moisturizer really took it down. So that might be something, you know, for my more modest times, but today I really want to see what this can do. It seems to me to be kind of subtle from what I can see in my mirror. Like, I could probably wear this in the summertime just for a nice little glow. What does it look like on camera? Does she look like kind of a golden Tin Man? All right, I'm going to mix my 2CR with my 1N. That's always been a good combination for me. Let's hope it still is. I love this stuff because a little bit goes a very long way, and you can build the coverage. Like, if you want just the lightest coverage, you can just put it on with your fingers like you were putting on a moisturizer. If you want medium coverage, which is what I prefer, then you can use a brush. And if you want even more coverage, you can just go in again with another layer. It's pretty forgiving. And for me, the only downside to this foundation for me is my 11s. It does settle in there, but when I am packed pretty well with a good primer, it's usually fine. I don't know if I packed well enough today. Yeah, for me, that's a really good match to my neck. Not so much to my décolleté right now because I'm still pink from having rubbed on the Becca Ignite, but that's okay. I think I am seeing a little bit of the luminosity coming through from the Becca Ignite. Now, is it as much as I would like? No, but live and learn. Next time I will try more. And who knows, maybe we'll put a little bit on top. And now for just a little bit of setting powder under my eyes. Just a tinge. And actually I'm going to do in between my brows. Let's see if we can set that so it doesn't crease, although it may. All right, because I want to see how this works on top of product, let's give it a go on the tops of my cheekbones. That is the tiniest amount because this should be glowy. Let's just see how we do. Okay. So it does. No, I think it blends in really nicely. I think it's like a natural glow too. I mean, for as, you know, I mean, look at that bottle. For as glowy as this product looks, and it is, don't be mistaken, when it goes on, I don't think it looks crazy. I think it actually looks, dare she say, natural? Let's just bring it up here and around. I'm really liking that. Let's do the bridge of my nose. Just the little dots, nothing crazy. And I think I might just tap it in a little bit with the brush. You see a glow? I do. Yeah, I think I'm really enjoying this. I like how it's not disturbing the makeup. That's huge for me. Yeah, I really like this. And the fact that that tiny little bit went so far, I think I'm definitely gonna get another bottle in another shade because, well, I can't even imagine not having Becca. I can't even imagine it. I'm just gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer and then I'm gonna set the face all over. I haven't been doing an all over set a lot lately because why? But I just feel like it today. So after the all over set with the translucent powder, I do like to just press it in with the slightest of damp beauty blenders because I want to pull off any extra powder, but I also want to just make sure it's pressed in nicely. Okay, so next up I have the Ilia multi-stick in the shade Tenderly. Now, I am not normally a multi-stick kind of girl, but I've been wanting like a very baby soft pink cheek color, and I've been wanting it to have a little bit of, you know, silky luminosity to it, but not be shiny or glittery. And so I had this wonderful girl in Sephora helping me find something. We tried a bunch of different stick ones. She said that she felt this one here worked really beautifully over top of, you know, powdered makeup. And that's what I really want. So let's see how this works. Now, because this is a multi-stick, I'm supposed to be able to use it anywhere I want. So like on my lips, but see that color there is not a lip color for me. That is too white, that would wash me out. So today I'm just going to use it on my cheeks and on my eyes. All right, I'm going to try this a couple different ways. One way, I'm just going to load it up on my fingertip and place it on my cheek, because I really fear moving the makeup beneath it. I just fear that. And that's what I want, just like the softest flush of baby pink. What do you think? Yep, that's exactly what I want. Now, we know that I love to go in and in and in with blush. And, well, this is my second in, and that's all I'm gonna do. Because I really wanna keep this like fresh and light. Because listen, it's March, that means it's spring. Really, it's not, because here where I live, we'll probably get one more snowstorm. That's what usually happens in March. But I'm just feeling spring colors, and I need them on my face. I have a feeling that with the lights, you're not getting to see this. It's probably lighter than what I'm seeing here, and it is light. It is just like the softest flush of pink, but I love it. All right, I'm gonna try it on this side, just going directly in on my face. Then I'll use a brush like this to push it around, and we'll see how we like this side. Fingers crossed. I really don't want to drag it. Oh my God, I don't want to drag it. Let's just do it like that. I don't think I get as much color payoff doing that. Yeah, screw it. I'm just putting it on my finger. This is freaking me out. Loading it up. Now there has been this trend. It was actually started by Jamie Genevieve, and she's adorable, and her makeup is always so fun and so pretty, and plus I love her accent. I think she's Scottish. Oh my God, I just adore her. And she kind of started this trend of putting your cheek color up higher on your cheeks because it gives more of a lifted look, especially in photos. And that's totally true, it does. But for my face shape and my bone structure, it isn't always the cutest. So I'm not doing that so much right now. Because even though it looks great on her, it's not always perfect for me. I'm gonna take it just up here a little bit and a little bit on the chin. And of course the tip of the nose. Yeah, for me, this is like springtime makeup goals so far. I can't help it. I just love these like pinks. I'm such a pink girl. When I used to try and get tan, I would wear like all of the most, beautiful kind of like peachy, orangey tones along with my bronzers, and I just love that look. But since I'm trying to preserve my skin at this point, I don't know if that's going to be happening this summer. If I decide to dip my toe into the world of spray tan, which freaks me out because I can't stand like those spray tan marks like here on people's hands and around their feet, and just, the way it starts to wear off, it just, I hate all that. But if I do decide, well, then maybe I can bring some nice golden glows back. But for now, it's pink tones for me. So even though I am really enjoying this like highlight from the Becca Ignite, I really just want to use my Pat McGrath Skin Fetish. I can't help it. It's so pretty. Just a little. Oh, of course. Just a little. I can't help but layer products. I just can't help it. I see them sitting on my table. It's in this beautiful pink packaging. I know it's super pretty on. I just had to do it. All right, now I'm just gonna put a little bit of my Painterly Paint Pot on my eyelids, and I'll be right back. Oh, let's come back to my décolleté. How is that looking? Is it like too glowy? Is it like emphasizing everything that's wrong there? Or is it kind of flattering? What do we think? Okay, so I'm going back into the Ilia Multi-Stick in the shade Tenderly, and I'm just going to dab it on my eyes. Not in any sort of, discernible way, just patting it all around. And because I do have the paint pot underneath, it should not move, it shouldn't crease, it should be just fine, even though that this is, a cream product. And I'm doing this because something else is going to go on top of it, and I want to have just a pretty base. I wonder if I could actually just drag this on my eye. I bet I could. Oh yeah, that's easy enough. So there, I'm willing to drag it. And I could just leave it like that, throw on some lashes and be done, but that's not what we're doing. So this I've actually had for quite some time, and I've only used it once, and I don't really know why. This is the Makeup by Mario Master Crystal Reflector in the shade Bronzite. I mean, look at that color. Ooh. But here's the thing. Even though it looks pretty bronzy, it's actually just more glowy. Let's see if I can, yeah, do you see how it's just like a very sheer crystalline experience? Ooh, Lord, she pretty. So I'm just going to tap that right in the center there. Ooh, just for a little glitz. Because I'm not going anywhere, but I deserve to feel glitzy. You know what, let's just take it all over. Why not? Who cares? It's so pretty. And you could definitely even just go on a bare eye and just be done with it. Just have yourself a little bit of sparkle. Ooh, I love that. Now I do think it's meant to be used with your finger, but I want to use it with a brush and see what that does. That just makes for a slightly heavier application. Surprisingly, or it could be all the layers I'm using. Now, if you just went in with a very light hand, you would get kind of that glossy wet look, which is gorgeous. But I want to see what I can get out of this today, so I'm putting it to its limits, I think. And I don't mind an all over shimmer. People who are afraid to have shimmer all over because they think it's going to make them look older, don't do that. Don't think that way. It's all about, well, how much you use, where you use it, the confidence that you have in wearing it, for heaven's sakes. I mean, come on, girl. Own your glitz and glam. Don't let anyone take that from you. I certainly don't let anyone take it from me. Yeah, I'm just going in. I'm going ham with this. And I ain't mad at it at all. Yeah, I'm really into this kind of like glossy, sparkly look I got going today. It's light, it's natural, but it's giving me the vibes that I need. These drab lips are making me crazy, so I'm going to go in with a lip liner and the lifter gloss and put a little pink on my pout. So I filled in my lips with the shade Rose from Joa, and now I'm going in with lifter gloss. I don't know what color it is. I will put it in the description below. Starting to feel springy. All right, now I'm going to give the Benefit They're Real Magnet another shot. I had a video, high versus low, using them recently, and it's not my #1 favorite mascara. I'm going to give it another try and see how I feel about it second go around. But before I do that, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Just want to take down any powderiness I might have and make sure I have a little bit of glow. And that's all I need are just 3 little spritzes. Anything more than that on my face, and it's too much. Oh my gosh, I didn't do an inner corner highlight. Who am I? Just in time. I can't be the only one who, you know, hasn't been wearing makeup like they used to and literally forget some of the steps. Like, I've been wearing makeup pretty much my entire life, and since, you know, lockdown and quarantine and not wearing makeup that often, I literally sometimes forget steps, and I'm thinking, who am I? How does this happen? Okay, here we go. My lashes are curled. And I know I'm supposed to wiggle and drag it out. I'm not a good wiggler. I just am not. But let's work on it. Yeah, this is a pretty good mascara. What do you think? Have you tried this mascara yet? Is it on your list of things to try? I mean, it's springtime. The Sephora sale is going to be coming up. Is this going to be on your list? Okay, so that's 2 coats on that eye. What do we think? Are you into it? Yeah, I'm really not good with the wiggle. Does that make all the difference with this one? Like, is this not going to work for me if I can't wiggle? Now, I've said it before, you can make anything work, But sometimes I don't want to have to work to make my mascara work. I just want it to be awesome. And I think by now we all know what my favorite awesome mascaras are. Yeah, I feel like the left side just is not coming together. It's not as good as the right side. Like, what? Why? I don't think that this one here is going to be making it into the rotation. And here we have it, a full face using a ton of new products that I've used only once or twice before, and a like pretty glowy, springy face. I am super loving this. It just makes me feel like so fresh, like I want to go out and do something, like go to brunch with my girlfriends and drink too many mimosas. And that's not going to happen just yet, but we're headed in that direction, and I cannot wait. So if any of my girlfriends are watching and you want to go to brunch, this is the face I'm going to be bringing to you because I am feeling springy and I need a mimosa. Well, I hope you enjoyed this look. I certainly enjoyed making it happen. I'm enjoying looking at it, and I will link all the products I used in the description box below. Oh yeah, and do me a favor, let me know how the Ignite looks to you on camera, if you think I should continue to use it, because, well, I like to glow. Well, here's the springtime coming. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Mwah.